This is your slide lecture for Chapter 4 on the organization of musical space. An octave is an important interval that spans 8 notes of a major or minor scale. For example, C up to the next C. It is interesting to note the mathematical relationship between two pitches that are an octave apart, a ratio of 2 to 1. For example, if a pitch is vibrating at 440 Hz, or cycles per second, the pitch 1 octave higher vibrates at 880 Hz. In Western music, the octave is divided into 12 equal semitones, or half steps. Two notes that are an octave apart blend very smoothly, sounding as the same note, except one note is higher or lower than the other. Major and minor scales are constructed from specific arrangements of 7 notes drawn from the 12 half steps that divide the octave. In order to understand the formula for major and minor scales, we must first look at the octave divided. The 12 semitones of the octave constitute the chromatic scale. On a keyboard, the scale is made up of white and black keys in the octave. 2 half steps make 1 whole step. On the keyboard, white keys are pitches C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. The black keys are in between the white keys. Going up a scale, black keys are called sharp. Going down a scale, black keys are called flat. A major scale can be sung using the syllables do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The white keys on a piano, when played from C up to the next C, create this sound naturally, because there are no black keys between E and F, mi, fa, or B and C, ti, do. The distance between E and F and between B and C is a half step. The remaining white keys are whole steps apart. All major scales follow the same pattern of whole and half steps. Whole, whole, half. Whole, 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 half. This collection of pitches creates a sense of gravity towards do. The 5th pitch, so, is called the dominant and sounds like it wants to return to the tonic for resolution. The minor scale differs from the major mode in mood, coloring, and step pattern. The 7 pitches contained in a major or minor scale are called diatonic tones, meaning they are part of the key. For example, in C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B are diatonic. They are part of the C major key. But these are only 7 of the 12 possible notes. The remaining 5 notes are called chromatic tones. In this example, they are C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. The introductions of tones foreign to a key weakens the tonic relationship. This phenomenon is called chromaticism. Diatonic tones belong to a major or minor scale of the piece. Chromatic tones do not belong to the key. Chromaticism can be present in a composition in degrees. In other words, a piece of music can be completely diatonic. It can have some chromaticism, or a composition can be highly chromatic. The amount of chromaticism in a composition has a strong influence on the character of the piece. Other types of scales include pentatonic, tritonic, and microtonal scales. Pentatonic or five-note scales appear in a number of patterns and are used in some African, Asian, and Native American musics, as well as in rock and jazz. Tritonic scales are three-note patterns found in some African music. Intervals that are smaller than the semitones of the chromatic scale are produced naturally on some instruments and can be easily created on electronic instruments. These smaller divisions of the octave are called microtones and are used to build microtonal scales. Music created from the major-minor system is called diatonic music and can have some important general characteristics. One aspect is the creation of active and rest chords. The tonic triad built on the first note of the scale represents a point of rest. The dominant triad, built on the fifth scale step, is the most active triad and seeks to resolve to the tonic. The subdominant triad, built on the fourth scale step, is a bit less active triad and often seeks to resolve to the tonic. These active-rest relationships are built into the diatonic system and present an interesting phenomenon. Most listeners agree with these sonic tendencies, even though music listening can be a highly subjective experience. Often composers build form by setting a work in a new key or by temporarily shifting the tonal center. Transposition is the process of shifting all the tones of a musical composition to a new pitch level while the pattern of whole and half steps does not change. Modulation is the process of passing from one key to another, for example, from the key of C major to the key of A minor. Modulations can be frequent or few, subtle or abrupt. The key is often used as a form-building element. For example, highlighting aspects of a key provides musical unity.